So today we had a very eclectic day, as we always have, to be honest. And we started out the day doing a bunch of things for Karen. It turned out to be a lot of fun. We're getting our garden ready, prepped up. We went to a garden center, bought some planters, bought some stuff to work in our garden with. That made Karen a very happy person, and this turned out to be just pretty good. And by the time we laid this out, I was checking the weather every 2 minutes because it had rained in the morning, and it was a 90% chance of rain till noon. So once we got this done, of course, then it's time to head out on the open road. But of course, the roads are still soaking wet. I went out with the roads wet and a bike with no traction control. Not a great combination. So it turned in to be a good day anyway. But every day on this bike has been just the most fun to ride. I don't know how to explain it. I don't have to explain it. It's just fun. And I'm ready to get I've got another 1,000 miles on the back wheel and get the new tire on. So this morning I asked Karen what she would like to do. It's a rainy day. It stopped raining, but it's certainly not a riding day yet. And she said, why don't we go to the gardening center and buy some dirt? Now, who wakes up in the morning and doesn't want to go buy shopping for dirt? How can you make this up? Karen wants dirt. I spend half my life trying to keep dirt off the motorcycles, and then I go and buy bags of dirt for pots, for potting soil. Oh my God. But anyway, it's supposed to clear up this afternoon. If it doesn't, well, we're not going to get a ride in. But right now, I think the plan is she would like to go buy some dirt and some gardening supplies, and then we'll see if we're going to polish motorcycles or ride motorcycles. We only have two choices in life. And Luciano's really excited about our upcoming two-stroke day. He has got his H1 all zipped up and ready to go. He's actually already ridden it already, but that may be coming soon. We still need the sprocket from Vlad for this project, and then we'll be able to put the back wheel on. I think that'll be cool. We still got to do some engine polishing on that, refresh it for the summer season. It's going to be a busy day, one way or another, but I never know. See, until the day starts to play out, I never know how it's going to go. Okay, boys, it's time to eat. You guys want a cup of coffee? No. How about if I just touch your head? Come on. Come on. You guys got to start drinking coffee in the morning. There you go. And that's how we get our morning started off right. Feed the fish, feed the birds, feed the giraffe. Oh, they're hungry. That's a sign summer's almost here. Look at these birds in the morning. They're just sitting there. Hey guys, I didn't forget to feed you. These guys always make my morning complete. Not one seed goes to waste. They're very efficient. So one of the things Karen would like to get this summer is a new grill. This one's over 20 years old, I think. It is really a rust bucket. We're going to get us a new grill. Maybe not today, but that's coming. We're going to buy some dirt. And actually, the truth is, we love to go to the gardening center, especially on days you can't ride, or after a ride. And pretty soon, this garden is going to be full of Karen's flowers. She tends to them every day. This is one of the things we enjoy together. So I'm hoping that the manual that we loaned Jason, the FCR manual, hope that's going to prove to be useful. Now I, for sure, have a manual for each one of these bikes, and I have used every one of them to my advantage. And believe me, when you have a bike, especially an old bike, you can't make a better investment than having a factory manual. So I left the door open to maybe we can get a ride this afternoon, but you know, there's no guarantee. This time of year, and I always would rather get the yard work and that stuff done before I go for a ride. It's just me. And my life is always full of little adventures that I enjoy sharing on the video. This is true, and you really can't make this up. A few months ago, in the middle of that snowstorm, I needed the battery charger to charge up the old Volkswagen. We hadn't run it in a while, and I thought, well, I need the car battery charger. It's a car heavy-duty one, not a motorcycle one. And what happened is I couldn't find it. And for maybe a month or 2 months already, it's been making me crazy. And I've been telling Karen, I'm going to just go buy another one. And This morning I wake up and I found it. And you know where it was? In the bucket that's supposed to have oil filters only in it. So somehow in my wayward youth, I confused battery chargers and oil filters. Well, at least they're close. And no substitute for an extra cup of coffee before you hit the gardening centers. Oh, before I head out, I just come down and I oogle my parts. I still need the sprocket, finish up the back wheel, and can't wait to start testing mufflers again. I'd love to quiet the bikes down. I'd love to quiet all of them down. I want to be as stealth. This summer is a stealth summer. I don't want people to know I'm there. Okay, time to head out to the garden centers. Enough with the motorcycles for right now.
Look at this.
All right, I did that this morning while we were getting ready. Now we got room for the new grill or plants. What do you feel like doing, plants or grill?
Plants and the grill over there.
I like the grill over by the garage. And look at your alliums. Your alliums are 6 inches high already.
Are these the alliums?
Yeah, those are the alliums.
I didn't plant that many.
Yes, you did. I did anyway. There won't be long and this whole yard will be a jungle habitat. Thanks to Nanda Navola. Thank you, Nanda. A truly wonderful time to be alive, and look at the fish. Where I can see the fish as clear as a bell. Wow.
They look great.
Yeah, the water just came out great this year. So we're going to do a last check of the weather, but we're heading out anyway. But it does not look promising. Sun may come out later, but they don't predict it. But what could be more fun than shopping for dirt? It's like the motorcycle mall of flowers. There's all the early stuff. You can't have a lot more fun than this, that's for sure. Oh, they're beautiful. Wow. I really like those. Karen's dream come true. So that's what 10 bags of topsoil, potting soil looks like. Oh my God, it's like buying it from Partzilla. One of the side benefits of gardening with Karen is a lot of good exercise. Keeps me in good shape. Well, keeps me in medium shape. Well, maybe it just keeps me alive. So as my late friend John DeTavio used to say, half of gardening is getting the material onto your property. I think he was right. Anyway, that takes care of that, and that's a big step for us, getting our garden started. So the next thing is we're going to see if we like these Duramax pots. You got to put them together, of course. So these things snap together pretty good, but the problem is there's no bottom. I guess they're made to go right on dirt. So it fits right between the two pillars. Well, we got one more. These are pretty cool. Now it's a question of musical chairs, or where do we want to put the rest of them, and then we want to do some stone walkways in here. It never ends. It's like an old motorcycle restoration. But these are nice things. What are they, Duramax? What's the name of the company? Okay, good. Yeah, they're nice units. So with all our little errands done for the day, we checked the weather. 50-50 chance of rain. We're going to take a chance and head out. We haven't ridden a Ninja in a long time. I pre-flighted it and it's ready to go. And actually, the sky's getting bluer by the minute. Baby, we're going to luck out here. It was good to get all those errands done this morning. Next job on a Ninja is get a new tire on the back wheel and get the black wheel on here to match the front wheel. But in the meantime, we're just going to wear out the last 1,000 miles of that rear tire. So the first thing we have to deal with here is the wet roads, that's for sure. And you can see the wet spots all over the place. It's this is a little high-risk poker here. Not only that, there's still some spots where there's sand and salt and gefilte fish and everything. I don't know how that happened. And that's what makes a ride like this even more challenging. And to make it even more fun, this bike has no traction control, no ABS, and really makes it exciting. Well, one thing, right away I noticed, I missed my quick shifter. Having to use the clutch on these shifts, boring. But this bike is still just a lot of fun to ride. And any ride we can steal this time of year, it's free. And I'll take every ride I can get. Nothing better than the exercise you get riding a motorcycle. You also get some great mental workout. And yes, that front wheel does get very, very light on the hard acceleration. One of the interesting things of this bike. And I've ridden this bike on a track many times. It's a great track bike. It has a very light, nimble feel. Not quite as light and nimble as the MT-09, but it's still not a Buick. And it is still fun to go through the gears on this bike. Just wish the roads were a little drier. They're pretty unpredictable. But I had plenty of coffee before this ride. I was all coffeeed up and ready to enjoy every minute available today. And this is about as good as life gets here in the Northeast this time of year. And as I always think, this is one of the bikes I spent a lot of time restoring it and a lot of time detailing it. And when I go out and ride it, I appreciate every detail on it. And it still gets prone to doing little baby wheelies. Again, under really hard acceleration, anybody that's ridden one of these knows they get light in the front end. Very light, in fact. Now, some of these back roads actually still have some leaves on them, some wet leaves. Hard to describe how much fun it is to get out on this bike. Now, after all that gardening stuff this morning, I'm sure Karen was very, very happy, and she's happy to see me go out and have some fun on a bike. And this is the only reason to bother with these bikes, to ride the wheels off them. Spent all this time on a restoration, but boy, once you're done, you've got it for the rest of your life, and it's worth every minute you put into it. Well, at least it's worth it to me. I'm not sure if it's worth it to other people. Of course, being worth it is always in the eye of the beholder. And you go through those gears and it's just all of a sudden you turn around and you're 18 years old again and women find you attractive. Well, sometimes. Not so sure about that women find you attractive stuff. Boy, did it warm up and be just a spectacular day. Holy mackerel. And we got all our landscaping stuff. We got a ride today. Just perfect. Spring is coming. Now, I do want to thank the healthcare workers. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. I can't thank you enough. I already got my COVID shot. And Karen and I both had no symptoms at all, like it never happened. Thank you guys. Thank you. I can't thank you enough. I know I repeat that over and over, but it's worth repeating. So, this has been a very funny day. We got all our gardening stuff done in the morning. We assembled these planters, and Karen's as happy as could be. Never seen her happier. So, here's the good news is I have enough time this afternoon to get a ride in, and when I edit this down, I want to put some footage that I have that's basically 5 years old of this bike when we had all kind of camera mounts on it, we had all kind of things going on, And as I was riding today, it brought back memories of that. We had cameras by the lower wheel, by the fairing. I have a bucket in there with about 150 camera mounts to fit on all of the bikes. We had rear mount, front mount, one's on your head, one on your shoulder, and your nose. It's ridiculous. But in the end, the one that I finally fell in love with, and thank you, Najat. If you look at some of the little old footage from after when this was shot, after today, some of that old footage you look and you see, oh, the sound is not that good, the picture's a little fuzzy and this and that. Well, because we had $14 cameras, and thanks to Najat, we have GoPro 3s. So, thank you again. I don't know what to say. I've loved the evolution of my channel way over 2,000. That's probably 2,200 now. Over all these videos, we've tried to make constant improvements. Turbo Steve made the improvement, helped us with the sound equipment, and Najat helped us with the cameras, and we've gotten feedback from a lot of people. But I think the channel right now is just about as much fun as I could have ever dreamed of when I started it. We have all these memories of the A-Team, memories of all these old bikes to tack on to the end when we do have editing time. But the reality is, there's just one reality. Spring is here, and I hope we're going to have a great season. I hope we're going to link up with some new friends. We're going to get some rides. We're going to have some two-stroke days. I can't wait. We made it through a really crappy winter and a crappy year with COVID, and I'm hoping it's going to be over soon. I'm sure you are too. So again, I hope you did enjoy the video. Enjoy this older footage. It's at the end of this. And thank you again so much for watching. Now what I've done on this footage is taken the sound out and dubbing in my voice because I wanted to show this is 5-year-old footage, and some of the things I experimented with camera mounts. This was one for a helmet, and again I wasn't crazy about this, and I'll explain why in a minute. I want to go to the next one. We had a camera mount on the windshield itself, but now you don't get the impression that you're riding a motorcycle. This could be the hood of a car or whatever. So I kind of abandoned that. And these are all things I experimented with on this bike that I rode today. I had several side mounts, one for each side. And I didn't like this for a lot of reasons. That part of it was always in the shade. If you were on the side facing the sun, it was fine. But on the other side, you'd be in the shade. So I abandoned that. This is one I have, and this one is pretty funny. On the windshield itself, and was a lot of vibration. I had the helmet mount on the camera at this side. Did not like anything relating to the helmet because I think my head is on loose. It just looked like a lot of vibration. Now, I tried to find some footage that had, this is the side mount that I made, and I made several of them because I could look backward with this side mount and forward. I could reverse the camera. So this turned out to be fun. I used this on a lot of the older videos 5-6 years ago. But I had the same amount of camera mounts for each one of the 7 bikes or 6 bikes. And this is when we were riding in Harriman Park before COVID, and this was the beautiful riding area, and we didn't have the influx of people that we have now. And each one of these, I had, here's the windshield mount, if you look up here on top. But with the camera mount on the windshield, there just was too much vibration. And I never liked the idea that you couldn't see part of the motorcycle. You didn't feel like you're riding a motorcycle. You felt like you were flying around on a drone or whatever. But having this old footage, all this footage is 5 years old. It's so good. Here we are with the side mount looking backwards. And I had a low one and a high one, even on this one bike, on a Ninja. But every one of these camera mounts, there was something about it I just didn't care for. And in the end, I wound up with the jacket mount. And that's proven to be something that I've been able to fine-tune to where I'm very happy with it because it feels like you're riding a motorcycle. This is some footage from another old video, but I just want to explain what this is. I was playing around with different rear-mounted cameras. If you look close, you can see the camera behind the seat. like that footage from shooting backwards, but again, I never had that feeling that I was riding a motorcycle. I always felt like maybe I'm in a boat or something. Well, Harriman Park is, hopefully this year coming up, we're going to get to ride in it again. And we're always experimenting with stuff, and we always look forward to sharing it with our friends. And there was a time when every single bike I had at least 3 camera mounts on it, including a rear mount, and I had the helmet mount, and I was just like a porcupine going down the road. But what I learned is, for me and for the videos I like to share right now, what I like best is the jacket mount camera that I've shown on many of the older videos. It's easy to make, and when you look at the footage, you get the distinct feeling that you're riding a motorcycle. That's the bottom line. So I hope you did enjoy the video. I enjoy editing them. I enjoy sharing these old videos and new ones and our rides, and thanks for watching.